Faith-based agronomy. Ever heard of it? The idea behind faith-based agronomy is there's no science or really any knowledge behind what you're using or doing, just faith that it works. We don't do that. We don't just buy something, toss it out because someone said so, and sit around hoping something good is going to happen. We are and must be better than that. Also, waiting to know everything there is to know about this lawn stuff isn't going to help make the grass grow either. What we should do is discover that we can learn to discern the truth through our own rational minds. After all, that's a pretty powerful tool. Start small. Start basics. Learn a little here, learn a little there. As you start to grasp the basics, in time you'll want to know more. You'll want to gain wisdom and desire more. Lean into that, and you will find true guidance and understanding. But what are those basics? I never grow tired of what this looks like after a fresh mow. Pretty satisfying. It most certainly is taking shape. With every mow, we're having some good results. A little tender love and care goes a long way. Same with the back. He agrees. Never gets old. It's a huge improvement from where we first started. We're not without problems along the fence line. Obviously, we got some issues that we're gonna have to take care of. It's bumpy, it's not level, bare spots all over the place. We still have work to do, but I mean, given what I have here, I'm pretty satisfied, right? No? Reason we're doing this video, my best friend in the whole world, this guy. YouTubes, meet my oldest friend in the entire world, Kurt. Kurt, meet the YouTubes.
Hey YouTubes.
So
how you doing?
Yeah. Calls me up and he says to me, he wants to get his grass really growing this year. He was gonna put out some seed. What kind of seed does he need? What's it gonna take to get it growing? All that good stuff. So as I start to go down the rabbit hole and explain to him all this stuff and really just give him way too much information, Turf Boss shows up and she says
he just wants grass to grow,
which once again cements why she's the Turf Boss. So it got me thinking maybe I need to take a step back, get back to the basics. So let's step back, let's talk about the 3 most absolute basic things that you can do to start getting your lawn to look a whole heck of a lot better. What you doing? Come on. Come on. You gonna stay there? Okay. Turf Pup doesn't want to be in the yard. First one should be no surprise, just regular mowing. You would be absolutely shocked at how well your yard is going to start to shape up if you simply just do that one thing alone. Now I real mow, so I mow more than the average person, 2 to 3 times a week, 4 if I'm feeling bored, but yeah, about 2-3 times a week. The reason I do that is I'm trying to train my grass to grow in a certain way. But for most people, 1 to 2 times a week should be absolutely fine. Other common things you should know when mowing: don't mow when it's wet or it's gonna clump up on you, and ain't nobody got time for that. Also mow at the proper height for your grass type when you are first starting out. Now hopefully you know what kind of grass type you have, but the general rule of thumb here is cool season grasses, you're gonna mow taller. Warm season grasses, you're gonna mow shorter. Don't always mow in the same pattern. Try to switch that up as often as you can, because if you just keep mowing in the same pattern, it's gonna train the grass to just lay in one direction, and it's not gonna be good for you. Change it up as often as you can. Keep the mower blades sharp so that you can maybe shave with them, I don't know, but you wanna make sure they're sharp enough to get a nice, good, clean cut on the grass blade. If your grass is looking stressed out, it looks like it's dying, do it and yourself a favor and just stay off of it. It's hot outside, you don't wanna be out there, the grass is struggling. don't put it under undue stress. Just leave it be. This next one I think is the one that most people have a really hard time getting right and a really hard time committing to, and that is watering. Basic rule here, most lawns just need an inch of water to survive and thrive and do well. I would suggest early morning watering so you can avoid evaporation throughout the day, and the Karens calling you out for watering during drought restrictions if that's a thing. A good deep watering is only going to take about 10 to 15 minutes per zone and about 2 to 3 times per week if your region, your area, whatever permits for that. Doing it this way is going to let the water get down to the roots and let the soil dry out between each watering. What happens if you water too much? I don't know. What happens if you lie face down in a puddle for hours on end? Death. Too much water for the grass is going to cause the same thing. It's not going to like it and you're going to get problems, disease problems. It's not good. This is why you need to keep your irrigation methods on some sort of a timer in order to control the amount of water you are giving the lawn. Last but not least, and this is another one that you can really nerd out about if you want to, and that is feeding the lawn or putting down a fertilizer. Hopefully you know the size of your lawn. If not, figure that out first by getting the square footage. Tons of videos on the tubes about that, but basically it's just measuring the length and the width, multiplying those numbers together, and you get your square footage. Whether it's granular or liquid, make sure to refer to the product label, the bag, the bottle, whatever the case may be, to know how much you got to put down in a given area you're treating. Too much fert, and again, you're going to risk death and destruction, and too little, well, nothing's really going to happen. You might see something happen, but not much at all. As for how often you're going to put down a fertilizer, that's going to be determined by a handful of factors. But for most people who haven't done a soil test, hit the lawn with a starter fertilizer in the spring and maintain it with a fertilizer that does not have a high nitrogen count in the summer. There it is. Nice and simple, right? Those 3 things, if you do those, at the very least, just mowing and watering, you'll be surprised at what your grass is going to look like. Is this too basic? What am I leaving out? What did I not touch on? Let me know. Leave that in the comment section below. I appreciate everybody watching, commenting, all that good stuff. It's fun for me to engage with all of you. I hope you're enjoying the content. Thumbs up if you did. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Keep on keeping on, and I will catch you in the next one.